The banking sector has always been at the forefront of technological innovation. From the first ATMs to digital payments, banks have consistently been the early adopters of transformative technologies that reshape how we interact with money and financial services. Yet, paradoxically, while banks have revolutionized customer experience through technology, they've barely evolved how they hire the thousands of frontline professionals who are the true drivers of their business. This disconnect is now creating systemic cracks in the foundation of India's financial services sector. The Reserve Bank of India has highlighted issues in frontline workforce management as a systemic risk, and for good reason. When customer-facing teams turn over at rates exceeding 100% annually, with new hires potentially leaving within the first few months, and vacancies taking up to 60 days to fill, you're not just facing an HR challenge, you're confronting an existential business crisis. At Hunar.ai, we believe the same technological innovation that transformed banking operations can revolutionize how banks build and retain their human capital. BFSI success lies not just in digital products, but in digitally enabled people strategies. The time for transformation is now. India's banking, financial services and insurance sector stands as the cornerstone of the nation's economic framework, contributing a staggering Rs. 166.5 trillion, over $2 trillion to the national economy in 2024. Yet beneath this impressive growth lies a workforce crisis that threatens the sector's very foundation. The numbers are startling. TeamLease Services, managing over 80,000 frontline employees, reports an overall attrition rate of 103%, meaning every position must be filled more than once per year. This isn't merely a statistic. It's a symptom of systemic failure in how the sector approaches talent acquisition and retention. India's BFSI sector continues to demonstrate robust growth despite global economic uncertainties. The sector contributed over $2 trillion to the economy in 2024, establishing itself as a critical pillar of India's economic framework. Digital evolution has been particularly notable, with digital payment transactions surging by over 50% and crossing $10 trillion in value according to NPCI data. This transformation is further evidenced by the fact that over 60% of transactions now occur through digital platforms. The sector's existing leadership in AI adoption positions it perfectly to extend these capabilities to frontline recruitment. Early adopters report transformative results: reduction in hiring cycle times, faster documentation verification, higher candidate response rates, reduction in first-month attrition. As one senior private bank executive candidly acknowledged,
the workforce today is very different from what it was 10 years ago. Gen Z has a completely different mindset. Unfortunately, many managers are in denial and refuse to acknowledge or adapt to this shift.
The solution lies not in incremental improvements, but in fundamental transformation from credential-focused to intent-focused hiring. From traditional processes to AI-powered automation. From reactive recruitment to predictive retention strategies. India's BFSI sector has emerged as a towering pillar of economic growth, demonstrating remarkable resilience and expansion even amid global uncertainties. The sector's market capitalization has seen substantial growth, reaching approximately Rs. 91 trillion or over $1 trillion USD in 2025, accounting for a substantial portion of India's overall market value. Digital payment transactions in India were valued at approximately Rs. 428 trillion, $29.2 trillion in FY24, significantly led by UPI. When considering non-cash retail payments, digital platforms now account for nearly 100% of all transactions. Insurance sector. Gross premiums grew by 7.7% year-over-year in FY24, reaching Rs. 11.2 trillion. Mutual funds. Net inflows were nearly Rs. 4 trillion in 2024. Fintech market. India's fintech sector was valued at around $110 billion in 2024, and is projected to reach $200 billion by 2025. BFSI is among India's largest white-collar employers, with an estimated 2.53 million people. State Bank, BFSI and employees. HDFC Bank, approximately 213,000 employees. Bajaj Finserv, approximately 54,000 employees, including Bajaj Finance and other entities. BFSI companies demonstrated robust hiring, with private sector banks alone adding significant employees in FY24, contributing to substantial overall sector growth. In the same period, IT services saw headcount reductions, with top firms notably reducing their workforce. Top cities for BFSI jobs: Mumbai financial capital advantage, Bengaluru emerging as a dual tech finance hub, Delhi NCR, Pune, Hyderabad, Chennai. A significant portion of frontline hiring is increasingly occurring in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, representing a fundamental geographic transformation driven by expansion strategies and cost considerations. The BFSI GCC landscape employs approximately 580,000 professionals across India. This sector accounts for a substantial share of all GCCs in India, which collectively number over 1,900 centers. The frontline workforce forms the visible face of India's financial services sector, representing a significant share of total employment in BFSI. These employees, sales executives, relationship managers, tellers, loan officers, and customer advisors, are critical to customer acquisition, service, and revenue. The BFSI sector still reflects a substantial gender gap, especially in field-facing and sales roles. The male-to-female ratio in Tier 1 cities pay tends to be slightly higher, but even modest monthly increments of RS1, 000, RS2, 000 are enough to drive job switches. Private bank frontline attrition, approximately 30–40% annually. Loan sales teams, 9–13% monthly attrition, equivalent to 108–156% annualized. NBFCs, approximately 70–77% annual attrition. Insurance sales agents, individual channels, 50–60% drop-off in the first 6 months. Small finance banks, 40% frontline attrition. Team Lease Report, 2024, 103% average attrition across 80,000+ BFSI frontline employees. 30–40% of total attrition occurs in the first 60 days. Housing finance, 50% leave in the first month. Microfinance and life insurance, 30–40% early attrition. Real wage growth has failed to keep pace with inflation. The gap between aspirations and earnings is wide. Many hires are onboarded without clear job descriptions, realistic performance expectations, or early success paths. This leads to demotivation and disengagement from day one. Inconsistent standards across locations lead to poor cultural and role fits. Local managers often bypass centralized guidelines due to urgency pressures. BFSI frontline roles are heavily sales-driven. RBI has expressed concern about aggressive, misaligned sales incentives, leading to unethical practices and customer dissatisfaction. Gen Z employees seek flexibility, autonomy, and faster growth. The traditional 6-month onboarding plus pressure to perform model doesn't align with their expectations. High attrition makes recruitment a perennial problem, with organizations potentially spending 2–3% of operational expenses on continuous hiring and training cycles. The RBI has flagged high private bank attrition rates as presenting significant operational risks, citing concerns about customer service disruptions, potential ethical breaches due to inadequate training, increased operational vulnerabilities. Customer satisfaction, net promoter scores, and retention metrics all demonstrate negative correlations with employee turnover rates, directly affecting profitability and growth potential. Recruiters often face significant time to fill vacancies. While specific breakdowns vary, a substantial portion of roles can take 15–60 days to fill, with some studies indicating that a significant percentage require over 45 days. While the direct hiring costs for frontline positions can sometimes be relatively low for efficient processes, the overall and true cost of hiring is substantially higher when factoring in the high attrition rates. This leads to continuous rehiring, onboarding, and training costs, significantly impacting financial performance. Recruitment funnel conversion rates are typically very low, often in the single digits to low double digits, depending on the role, location, and sourcing strategy. For frontline BFSI roles, These rates can be as low as 0.8% to 1.75%, requiring organizations to process 125 applications to secure one hire. 54% of HR professionals in India report receiving only half or fewer applications meeting required qualifications. Key obstacles include 61% struggle to find candidates with the right technical skills, 57% face challenges finding appropriate soft skills, 41% receive too many applications from unsuitable candidates. The root issue, as revealed by our executive interview, is misalignment between recruitment approaches and actual job requirements. HRs just ask hiring managers for a templated JD, but that's not enough. Instead, HR should ask, Kam kya hai? Karna kya hai? Kaisa banda fit hoga? What is the job? What should be done? How will this person fit for the job, and build a candidate persona accordingly? Traditional background checks, educational verification, and identity confirmation add days or weeks, leading to candidate drop-offs as qualified individuals accept competing offers. Maintaining effective communication with dozens or hundreds of candidates simultaneously requires resources many organizations lack, resulting in poor candidate experiences and negative employer branding. High attrition creates perpetual urgency, forcing recruitment teams into crisis mode where speed often trumps quality considerations. India's BFSI sector is experiencing a foundational digital transformation, with 63% of institutions expected to adopt hybrid multi-cloud by 2026, and over 100 billion real-time transactions processed in 2023. The sector is leveraging cloud, automation, and data analytics to deliver faster, more personalized, and cost-efficient services. These advances are enabling 20–30% higher conversion rates and up to 90% faster process execution, particularly in onboarding and documentation. Robotic Process Automation (RPA) eliminates routine manual tasks in data entry, reconciliation, and reporting, shifting skill requirements toward problem-solving and customer engagement. Regulatory technology platforms automate compliance processes, requiring specialized knowledge at the intersection of financial regulations, technology, and operations. Open banking, API-based transformation creates modular, composable financial services, demanding new technical skills throughout organizations. Technology integration creates several workforce impacts: enhanced operational efficiency through routine task automation, increased demand for tech-savvy employees leveraging digital tools, shifted skill requirements emphasizing data analysis and digital literacy, evolved customer-facing roles combining interpersonal skills with technological fluency. As routine tasks automate, distinctly human capabilities, emotional intelligence, complex problem-solving, creativity, and ethical judgment increase in value. This transformation necessitates not only technical training, but fundamental reconceptualization of roles, career paths, and performance metrics throughout organizations. Against the backdrop of extreme attrition and digital transformation, artificial intelligence emerges as the most promising solution to BFSI's frontline hiring challenges. Organizations implementing AI in frontline hiring report significant, quantifiable improvements. Reduction in hiring time. Organizations implementing AI in recruitment have reported significant reductions in time to hire. For instance, Unilever has reportedly achieved a 75% reduction in hiring time by leveraging AI for video interviews and online assessments. Screening efficiency. AI-driven screening processes can cut time to screen by 50–75%, enabling recruiters to handle high volumes of applications more efficiently. Automated screening processes thousands of applications simultaneously. Instant candidate engagement eliminates manual communication delays. Man-hour savings. Finance recruitment agencies utilizing AI have reported savings of hundreds of man-hours monthly, leading to substantial cost reductions. Overall hiring cost reduction. Implementing AI in recruitment processes can lead to a 35% reduction in cost per hire and a 42% improvement in time to fill positions. Account opening processes. Axis Bank's adoption of AI and robotic process automation (RPA) has resulted in a 90% reduction in turnaround time for savings account openings and a 92% reduction for current accounts. Operational efficiency. AI implementation has led to 50–80% improvements in various operational processes, streamlining tasks such as document verification and offer generation. Communication channels. Utilizing AI-driven communication platforms like WhatsApp has shown to increase candidate engagement rates. For example, Lufthansa achieved a 98% message read rate and 90% candidate engagement through AI-assisted WhatsApp interactions. Response rates. WhatsApp marketing campaigns have average response rates ranging from 40–60%, significantly higher than traditional email response rates of 10–20%. Funnel conversion rates. AI tools have been instrumental in improving recruitment funnel conversion rates. Organizations have reported up to a 2–3x improvement in conversion rates at various stages of the recruitment funnel post-AI implementation. Candidate matching. AI systems analyze indicators of genuine interest and alignment with organizational values, focusing on intent and interest as key predictors of retention. Attrition reduction. Organizations using AI for recruitment have seen a 38% increase in overall job fit, leading to better retention rates. AI excels precisely where traditional recruitment fails, identifying patterns indicative of genuine interest and alignment that human recruiters might miss or inconsistently evaluate. Linguistic pattern analysis. AI examines application language, engagement behaviors throughout recruitment, and assessment responses to identify candidates with necessary interest and intent for long-term engagement. Behavioral predictors. By analyzing response times, engagement patterns, and interaction quality, AI creates intent scores that strongly correlate with post-hire retention and performance. Scalability for geographic expansion. For organizations expanding into Tier 2 and Tier 3 markets where a good chunk of frontline hiring occurs, AI provides scalability to maintain recruitment quality without proportionally expanding recruitment teams. Compliance and risk reduction. Automated, consistent application of verification standards reduces potential for human error in critical compliance areas while identifying and flagging potential regulatory issues early. Hunar simplifies frontline hiring by combining the power of AI with human expertise, making the process faster, more predictable, and higher quality, while reducing manual effort. Makes hiring effortless. No more lost candidates or hiring chaos. Hunar creates a structured, automated, and always-on hiring engine. Conversational, multilingual AI interacts with candidates to drive walk-ins, screen better, and reduce drop-offs. Instant, context-aware engagement from first contact to joining day, leading to faster hires and a smoother experience for everyone. Combines AI plus human expertise. Acts as a specialized recruitment partner with AI-driven automation and seasoned hiring professionals. Provides end-to-end support from sourcing to onboarding for a high-performing frontline workforce. Offers multiple engagement models. Choose the level of control and support you want. Hire OS. Use Hunar's AI-powered platform if you want speed, automation, and control at scale. Managed services. Let Hunar's experts handle the entire recruitment process for you. AI agents. Deploy 24/7 AI recruiters that talk to, screen, and shortlist candidates automatically. Source and screen. AI scouts candidates from job boards, existing databases, and across the web. Smart screening via WhatsApp. Auto-validates applicants based on location, fit, and availability. No manual filtering required. Assess for quality. Conversational and voice-first assessments in local languages. Custom fit tests to evaluate skills, attitude, and potential, not just resumes. Schedule and track. Smart scheduling on WhatsApp, reducing coordination chaos. End-to-end tracking with AI nudges, reminders, and syncs to reduce drop-offs and increase walk-ins. Hire and onboard. Instant offers, document verification, and engagement to reduce joining lag. Offers rolled out in minutes and onboarding made seamless with AI nudges. Meet Neha, your AI recruiter. Hunar's flagship AI agent Neha is an empathetic, hyperlocal, multilingual recruiter. She can engage with 10,000+ candidates at once. She holds real conversations, answers questions, and helps candidates complete the journey. Fluent in multiple Indian languages, she understands candidates and builds trust, like a real human would. To provide depth and context to our analysis, we conducted extensive interviews with senior BFSI executives. Their candid observations offer invaluable perspectives on challenges, opportunities, and potential solutions. The workforce today is very different from what it was 10 years ago. Gen Z has a completely different mindset. There's less willingness to learn on the job, minimal patience, and a strong inclination to prioritize personal life over professional hustle. Unfortunately, many managers are in denial and refuse to acknowledge or adapt to this shift. Companies often expect a 5-6 year tenure, but in reality, employees leave within 1-2 years. Our current systems are not designed for Gen Z. Training also needs an overhaul. Lengthy boot camps don't work anymore. Today's talent is self-learned, faster, and smarter. When asked about hiring for potential versus skills, our executive offered a perspective that reframes the entire recruitment challenge. Neither. The real answer is hiring for interest. That's what drives retention and performance. Right now, we are stuck with outdated hiring processes. Hiring for potential can actually be harmful, especially for entry-level roles. We need to shift our focus to intent-level hiring. Even detailed JDs don't work if we don't know the candidate's interest. Yes, but many CXOs don't realize this. Or worse, they know and still turn a blind eye. They believe talent leaders will somehow manage. However, this issue is too critical to ignore for long. If left unaddressed, it can derail the entire organization. Only a happy, dedicated, and well-supported workforce can uplift these metrics. CSAT, customer experience, business outcomes, and NPS. Managers need to evolve and start understanding Gen Z. AI agents can break down jobs and explain them clearly, something human bias often complicates. They can also act as co-pilots for technical queries and learning. AI-driven hiring is especially scalable in hyper-local contexts and can make a huge impact. Organizations that embrace this transformation will gain substantial competitive advantages. Those that don't risk being trapped in an unsustainable cycle that constrains growth and undermines customer experience. Again, intent-first hiring, updated training structures, and cultural shifts are essential. The solution lies not in incremental improvements, but in fundamental transformation from credential-focused to intent-focused hiring, from traditional processes to AI-powered automation, from reactive recruitment to predictive retention strategies. The future of BFSI success lies not just in digital products, but in digitally enabled people strategies. The time for transformation is now.